Trump just threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act in Minnesota. What does that mean? The seldom used 1807 law allows a president to deploy the military to enforce the law, particularly in cases of rebellion or civil unrest. This could include making arrests or conducting searches. Invoking the law would override the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878, which bars the military from getting involved in domestic law enforcement. So what's the criteria for a president to use the Insurrection Act? Well, it can be invoked in situations where a state's governor or legislature requests the deployment of troops. But on the flip side, it can also be used against the wishes of state leaders, like if a president thinks an unlawful obstruction or rebellion make it impossible to enforce federal law through the normal judicial process, or if the president thinks that the face of an insurrection, domestic violence, unlawful combination, or conspiracy, state officials are unable to or are refusing to protect the constitutional rights of a state's residents. But here's the thing. Words like insurrection, domestic violence, and unlawful obstruction are not explicitly defined in the Insurrection Act, and that gives a president a lot of flexibility in deciding when to use it. Now, the Insurrection Act has been used before. President Abraham Lincoln invoked the act at the start of the Civil War, and Presidents Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, and Lyndon B. Johnson all invoked it against Southern states' wishes at various times during the Civil Rights era. But it hasn't been used in more than 3 decades.